This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. Yet another traffic fatality on Abaco as 2 men are presumed dead and another seriously injured when 2 vehicles collided head-on. Police on Abaco are now investigating that traffic accident that occurred shortly after 5 p.m. on Friday. According to Grand Bahama and Northern Bahamas Police Press Liaison Officer Assistant Superintendent Stephen Roll, police on Abaco received a report of a traffic accident involving a blue Toyota 4Runner. That vehicle was driven by an adult male traveling south on Ernestine Highway, and a Buick vehicle driven by an adult male and accompanied by another male who was traveling north. The Buick vehicle veered into the southern lane occupied by the Toyota, causing a head-on collision. Both drivers and the passenger were transported to the Marsh Harbor Health Clinic with serious injuries. The male passenger of the Buick was examined and pronounced dead. Reportedly, the driver of the Buick was flown to the capital on Sunday, where he succumbed to his injuries as well. Investigations continue. Skeletal remains recovered on Grand Bahama on Saturday. They were transported to the Grand Bahama morgue for safekeeping. According to police reports from that island, the discovery was made shortly before 5:50 p.m. That is when officers from McLeanstown Police Station, acting on information, went to a track road at the eastern end of Grand Bahama. Investigations into that matter continues. Meanwhile, approximately just a week ago, police on Grand Bahama were alerted to the discovery of a decomposing body in bushy areas near a walking path. Investigations into that discovery continues as well. A 62-year-old woman of San Salvador was granted bail in the sum of $12,000 during her arraignment in the magistrate's court this morning. Ava Sands appeared before Magistrate Kendrick Kelly, accused of stealing from the Bahamas government. Sands, a former employee of the Post Office Department on San Salvador, was charged with 2 counts of stealing by reason of employment. It is alleged that between 2021 and 2022, Sands stole over $95,000 property of the Bahamas government. According to prosecutors, between Friday, January 1st, 2020 and Thursday, December 31st, 2020, while on San Salvador, Sands stole $2,552.38 from the Post Office Department. Also between Friday, January 20th and Tuesday, November 30th, 2020, she stole $92,513.66, to which she had access to from the Post Office Department. Sands pleaded not guilty to both charges, and she was granted bail. She is required to sign in at the San Salvador Police Station before 6 p.m. every Friday. The matter has been adjourned to February 6, when her trial will begin in the magistrate's court. 53-year-old American Mark Lampkin, while attempting to leave the Bahamas on Sunday, October 23rd, made a false declaration to an officer of the United States. Lampkin, who was in the Bahamas on business, told U.S. Customs that he only had $20,000 in U.S. currency, when in fact he was traveling with $25,266 in cash. Lampkin, while represented by an attorney, pleaded not guilty and was released on $15,000 cash bail. Lampkin of Louisville, Kentucky, was ordered to return to the Bahamas on the 6th of January for a trial hearing. And finally, merchants, including grocers, wholesalers, and retailers, and pharmaceutical companies, have been given until the end of this month to make adjustments to new items that now fall under price control, and that's according to the Ministry of Economic Affairs. Consumers should have seen adjustments in prices on some 38 new items on Friday past. However, in a statement on Friday, the Ministry of Economic Affairs, in noting that the government has amended the price control regulations effective October 17th to expand the list of items subject to price control, says officials including the Minister of Finance, Prime Minister Philip Davis, Economics Minister Senator Michael Halkitis, and the Price Control Commission met with the Retailers Grocers Association to dialogue on the best way forward. The meeting followed backlash from the Retail Grocers Association, complaints of not being consulted on the new items subject to price control. The government also met separately with a group of pharmaceutical wholesalers and retailers on Friday. The meetings were fruitful in both instances, and both sides committed to continuing the dialogue and to allow for a smooth transition to the new margins. The government has agreed to allow merchants until October 31st to complete their respective transition processes. Beginning November 1st, enforcement of the final amendments regulations will commence. That will do it for your JCN Evening News. Once again, I'm Jorino Saunders. Thanks for joining us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.